Ooh, there we go. Greetings all. Welcome back. Got to turn my speaker off again. Be right back. All right. Sorry about that. All right, let's do some inside baseball. For those of you that had been asking, I finally got my bows fixed. These are not bows. These are off-brand. This is who they are. For those of you that they're cheaper. They seem to be just as good. They're actually fairly easy to install. I was surprised. And they seem to shut out better than the bows do. That's just my opinion. Then again, I've wore these things for, good Lord, I've had these things for at least 5 years, probably longer than that. And not sponsored. I'm just saying, if I'm not going to use nothing, I won't recommend to you guys. If I recommend it, it means I use it. Just like this controller. This is probably one of the best controllers I've ever owned. It's a Razer. It does have a little, some, what's the word of it? It does have some joystick drift, but it's few and far between. You know what? I know what I did. I know what I did. I know what I did. There it is. Now, I fully expect. Hold on. There we go. I fully expect to beat this tonight, and I want to say this. If I beat this tonight, the rest of the weekend will be probably Cyberpunk, unless I can think of something else to do. We'll see. Where am I at? Let's see what the leaders have to say.
Envoy? Is it really you? Mihala told us you went into some place called the Garden to seek a god?
When you didn't return, we took you for dead.
What did you see there? The god you felt in Nokotorek?
The origin of the Dream Scourge? It was the act of a god this whole time?
Everyone, please, please. We could get to the bottom of this if you would only let them speak.
It's been weeks, Envoy. What happened? Finally, a ray of sunlight shines through the storm cloud.
I will not grovel at the Envoy's feet for solving a plague I am not convinced was real.
If you wardens ever bothered to pull your heads out of your asses, you wouldn't take such pride in your ignorance.
You know nothing of me or my people, you fucking pirate!
Warden Commander, look around you. Is this really the time?
We believe the Dream Scourge was a malady of the soul. How did you put an end to it, Envoy?
Sabadal was responsible for the Dream Scourge. Their rage, their confusion, their fear.
But the plague isn't over. Dream Thralls still litter Shatterscarp.
There won't be any new infections. We've put a stop to that for good. Unfortunately, there's little we can do for those already in the grip of the Dream Scourge. We can give them comfort, nothing more. This will be a process. The Dream Scourge was never going to simply go away overnight.
I suppose it stands to reason. I found that a quick fix is often anything but. What of this god, then? What does it mean that you freed them? Ludwig had intimated that this land grew a new god. But how can that be?
Giada and I have some theories about the nature of the Adra in the living lands.
I'd say we're past the point of theorizing.
If the Adra here is a closed system, like a terrarium for our souls, then a gradual accumulation of essence could coalesce into a being in the beyond.
Much like the formation of gemstones. All it takes is time and the right application of pressure.
Wodka no doubt saw Sapadal as a threat to her authority. So, she killed the godless and imprisoned their god.
I assume it is this god we have to thank for the roots tearing apart Paradis? They erupted from the earth the moment those bastards stood up their first siege tower.
Naku Tedek was riven with those things, not to mention what they did to the land.
We saw similar destruction at Nakuku Bell. If these roots and the Dream Scourge are the work of a god, and the gods thought it best to imprison this god, how could you let such a creature go free?
Let's hope they don't decide to further amend themselves by coming for our heads.
It was Adir's arrival that disturbed Sapadal. We'll have nothing to fear from this god once we expel you from our lands.
Sapadal's power ravaged my people. I don't know that I can ever trust it.
Keeping watch over Sapadal was a sacred task Nandru gave us when he left. For that reason alone, my wardens owe them their allegiance.
Well, whatever happens, I suppose we can't put the godling back in the bottle now. But come, we have more pressing matters to attend to. The Steel Garrote have attacked Paradis. Inquisitor Ludwig has already joined the battle. She must have traveled like the wind to get here so fast.
You did. I kicked her corpse when you weren't looking. Just to be sure.
Well, she's seen better days, but you wouldn't know it judging by how she fights.
Ludwig's plowed through the militia like a knife through warm butter.
All right, let's keep the similes to ourselves.
A bit like you're being haunted, isn't it? Or cursed. But that's your affair. So long as her passion for Wodika lives, so too will her spirit.
Then we destroy her faith, and the rest of her will follow. I have a theory about this. Let's talk at camp if you want to hear it. But I think we can kill her.
Oh, good. That will be easy.
It is not, I think, impossible. Well, you might not believe me, but I didn't want any of this to happen. It was Ludwig who called for the attack.
I didn't hear an answer, Ambassador.
She and her Steel Garrote laid siege to the city, shortly after you beat her to the garden.
Ooh, boy.
Because a victory here would discourage resistance elsewhere. The better question is, why didn't you stop her?
Excuse me? She's a 7-foot-tall skeleton powered by her devotion to the goddess of retribution. This isn't my fault.
Sure. Just blame the dead woman. Very mature.
Who else should I blame exactly? Our envoy, perhaps? For not stopping Ludwig and the Tusks?
You could start with blaming your own incompetence. Why are you treating him with kid gloves when Paradis cries out?
Enough. I've heard your concerns. We cannot change it now.
The Inquisitor was so convinced the Living Lands would unite against Adir that she's nearly made it true. One people, one law, one true God. That's Ludwig's vision for the Living Lands.
What do I pick?
The Inquisitor answers only to Wodica. In attacking Paradise, she has dragged us all far beyond the bounds of the Emperor's desires.
I've answered your questions. Now I would like you, all of you, to answer mine. Ludwig has sent a message to the Emperor informing him of her attack. He will send advisors and reinforcements swiftly in response. What will his representatives find when they arrive? A new colony? A budding grave room? Before you face Ludwig, you should know what you're fighting for. All of you must decide, together. But whatever you decide, understand, the days of the frontier are done. Adir will come. Indeed, we are already here. Oh, Envoy, no. Do not suggest that lightly. Think of the Emperor. There would be reprisals. Ones which this conclave could not survive, fractured as you are. Not unless you came together and formed a nation of your own. It would be difficult. No, impossible. I'm certain you would fail. Think of your people, all of you. Think of the lives at stake.
Rest into bounty. Does the winter frost dissuade the seeds? Many fruits on our boughs. We graft many leaves into strength.
We deserve our autonomy, even if we must fight for it. Anything less would be surrender.
Fleeing someone else's laws and authority is one thing, setting up your own is another. We're an island of misfits and dissidents. We'll still have to surrender some of our autonomy, and we won't agree on what that means overnight. We'll be vulnerable. Without allies, other powers will see us as ripe for the picking. Know that this is a hard road to walk.
We were fine before Adir came. We'll be fine when they're gone.
I think we ran things perfectly fine before your kin got here.
Though I'm hardly eager to work with any of you. I like the idea of twisting beneath Adir's boot heel even less. So long as the Wardens can continue our vigil, I'm open to uniting, if you are.
It's a nice idea, but consider the costs. If we walk away from a relationship with Adir, we're leaving a lot of trade on the table. But the people of Thirdborn have friends in the world. I'm sure we'd find our way through.
With the Envoy's support, we'd have a god in our pocket. What could the Empire do to stop us? Together, we could repair Fjord, and create such miracles of animancy the living lands will become the envy of the world. It would be the honor of my life to stand with my people beside you all.
I think this is the best. I think this is the best outcome.
Of course.
That's what I would like to know.
You have seen more of this land, and met more of its people than any of us. Your opinion is informed. You were empowered by the Emperor himself to investigate an impossible problem. And against the odds, you solved it. You are the close personal friend of a rogue god. And in our dealings together, I found you to be a person of substance and conviction. But mostly, it's because you're Adiran, so I trust you. And these fine people here are going to do whatever they like if they don't agree with you anyway.
I mean, I think I know what I want to do with this. I feel like it's the best outcome, not for me, but for the game would be.
Well, don't leave me in suspense.
gods have mercy.
Solus and her wardens stand vigil with the living lands.
By grit and steel, Thirdborn stands with the living lands.
Fjord and her animancers stand with the living lands.
We deserve this opportunity. Thank you for believing in us.
Fighting a battle together is easy. I just hope everyone's willing to stick it out when it comes to the politics.
God, they made the right decision for once.
Finally, some sense permeates the proceedings.
On your head be the consequences. That leaves the matter of Ludwig and the Steel Garrote. She will never surrender, Envoy.
I know this.
You must kill her,
Yep.
or we will lose Paradis, and eventually the island.
The living lands will never be free until we break the chain around our necks. Ludwig must die her final death.
She better say her goodbyes while she can.
I'm proud to fight at your side, Envoy. One last time.
Yeah.
Let's get to work then. We've got a walking corpse to bury.
The Paradis militia will be at your back. Give her no quarter. The future waits for you.
Thank you for deserving it. Now, go and teach the Steel Garrote a lesson they will never forget.
I mean, Thirdborn.
Show them that the
pretty
living
much
lands
ran
will
you
not be
out
broken
already.
across Vodka's knee.
So there's really
We
no
will
consequence.
send reinforcements to help you reclaim the Eastern Gate. From there, work your way to the main plaza. May all the gods of Eora and the living lands protect you.
Let's take back the city together. Show the Steel Garrote how the living lands takes care of its own.
Let's go free a city, shall we?
Alright, let me see here. I mean, there's really no consequence. I mean, the game claims there's consequences, but they're really not. Let's do some... Let's have a talk with her and see what she has planned.
All this time, I thought my parents died in a freak accident. An experiment gone awry. A mistake.
It's not what I want to talk about.
And in a way, they did. But it wasn't their mistake. It was Sapodal's. No, nothing should live in a cage. This whole experience has me considering my family's work in a different light. Look at what my mother accomplished. Armed with her research and her wits, she found a god. When you speak to a god, it's nothing. Barely a reflex. But for the rest of us, it's unimaginable. No animancer can live up to that. Certainly not me. I thought their legacy was a curse, and I could only break it by completing their work. I was wrong. I suppose I have been all this time. I just never realized
I
it.
do not want to talk about this.
One thing is certain.
This
The
one.
one.
Well, the reason I came back to camp was discuss how we can beat his ex-girlfriend. That's how I view her. And
They probably won't even notice me. But stranger things have happened. I believe the power flowing out of the garden drove this island mad. That has to end. Through animancy, we could help the living lands recover. It would take a lifetime, maybe more, but that's a small price to pay. Then again, who am I to interfere with an ecosystem that I barely understand? Sapodal is healing. Maybe the island is healing too. On the other hand, half the fun of animancy is stirring the pot and getting into trouble. I think I know what I want, but there are too many variables to consider. What do you think?
I have a lot of catching up to do, and plenty of room to grow. But I think you're right. So be it. Starting today, I don't have to live up to anyone's example. Animancy can be whatever I make of it.
Okay.
I know they would be. And not just because some ancient plans told me so. Now I just have to decide which field of research to pursue. But no need to bore you with the details.
Thank God.
I've only got one lifetime as Giata Castel, so I'd better make it count. Hey, you helped me through a very difficult time.
It's not what I wanted to talk about.
If anyone's gonna lead the way for Animancy, I can't think of a better fit than
Right,
you.
one more time.
Can't sleep? We're going into battle for the soul of the living lands. Your Emperor will not be pleased. Political influence is dangerous. If you aren't careful, it can turn against you. When a godlike fights in battle, people take note of which side. The Adirans will doubt your loyalty. The locals will doubt your commitment. You may even doubt yourself. This is the first time.
It's not what I want to talk about. Do I not? Is it going to be later?
All we ask in return is that you do the same for us. From what I understand, your ambassador is very persuasive, very powerful, and very accustomed to getting his way. For a politician like him, losing a battle is not a defeat. It's an opportunity. When he promises you the world, don't listen. He'll fill your head with lies if you let him. I'm glad we understand each other.
Yeah.
Time for you.
Alright, well, obviously I'm
You
not
too.
going to get what I want here. So maybe there's a different place or a different section to listen to what her opinion is on this. Possibly. Let's rock and roll.
I can't wait to give the Steel Garrote a piece of my mind.
I'm surprised I didn't get a earful from a dream. Alright, how far am I away? Just out of curiosity. How far am I away? Ew, I got a long way away to go. I'm assuming level 30's the cap.
They're coming!
Company!
God, I like this sword. This is way better than the first
Who's
sword
next?
I had.
Anyone?
The fact it freezes people is just awesome. So, what am I? What's over here? Yeah. Let's see this X.
Yeah,
Anything? Diamond. I'll take that. It's worth money.
it's no use. We're overrun.
I thought they would run into it. I did that thinking they'd run into it. Oh, dude, he came to help. I'm glad I saved him now. Okay, I like that. The fact he came to help is interesting.
Ah, envoy. You finally arrived.
No, we gotta talk.
We
to
shall tear your enemies apart.
It was worth carrying him. Who else am I gonna find? Pick up all the,
Just getting warmed up.
all the goodies. I'm night level. Maybe. I would like to be 30 before I face Ludwig. That would be helpful. Or at least I feel like it would be. Sure, get all the goodies. This way. Oh, where'd he go? You know, that should do some damage. Comes another one.
Send him to the wheel. Fine.
Fillmore? Where's he at?
Don't worry about the eastern gate. I'll protect your back.
I'll teach you!
Well, I'm almost halfway. I might get what I want. I ain't gonna hold my breath. I don't know how far I've got to go before I get to my ex-skeleton. Let's see what all that is. No. No. Let's see here. Really nothing.
What are you doing?
Glad I saw him right off the bat. See if we can find a way up there. That's good. What do we have here? Ooh. Never can tell when you might need those. Put you away. For now. See what you've got to say.
I thought you left town weeks ago. About time. You're the only one Ludwig will listen to.
I don't know about all that.
I saw a few on my way here. I imagine they've been waiting for this to happen for a long time. Listen, one of the Garot's units is scouting up ahead, maybe 5 strong. I wouldn't want to fight them if I were you. Take this key. It'll unlock the gate to the canals. You can thank the captain who forgot it. You shouldn't find much opposition down there. I wish someone had stood up to the Steel Garot a long time ago. But, well, you're here now. That's what matters. Good luck.
You know, he hasn't had not even one love interest. I just realized that. You would figure that they would throw at least one.
We should go now, while the fighting's died down.
Can you not hear the screaming outside?
She's right. We can't go now. Then when? Should we wait till the Garot set this bar alight?
They have thaumaturges out there. You saw them.
Soon there'll be thaumaturges in here.
I mean, I don't know what would be the best way to deal with that, but I feel like missing out any major XP would be would be the wrong way to do it. I can always, if I don't make it through, I mean, if I can't beat them, I can't beat her. It's that simple. At least that's the way I figure it. There ain't no sense in shying away from it. As long as I get the first lick in, I should have at least a shot at it. Let's explore this little area.
Protect the envoy. Proud.
Why not? Come on. Quit.
The fighting has to stop.
I think I sprained my shoulder.
Oh, let's go up here and explore just a little bit. Don't tell what you might find. Probably nothing. Nothing. I didn't count how many I seen. I don't know if that was 4 or 5. I think it was 4. Let's look down here, see what we got. I hear something. Obviously there it was. Anything else? about him? I don't think I should mess with that. Alright, I'm happy. Alright, let's see what the hospital has to say.
What exactly do you think you're doing? You nearly died in my clinic. Correction, you did die. And now look at you, fighting the steel garrote. What have you got to say for yourself? Well, at least you're alive. Try and keep it that way. We're patching up folks as best we can, but I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. War is a damn bloody mess. Yeah, stop the fighting. I can't say I approve of you leaping into the fray, but it's always nice catching up with a former patient. Wait a second. Jada? Jada Castell? What are you doing in the middle of this?
Surviving. It's good to see you, Liviana. Unfortunately, we're on a tight schedule. Do you need anything? Money? Supplies?
Once this is over, I could always use another pair of hands at the clinic. The invitation's still open.
Thank you, but I've decided to tough it out as an animancer. On my own terms. Can you manage without me?
Are you kidding? I'm happy for you. Besides, I've got Chico on bandage duty. I just wanted you to know there's a place here whenever you want it. Gods be with you, Envoy. For my sake, try not to die a second time.
Come on. You know this. You practiced with Uncle Capo 100 times. Tight? Not too tight. You don't want to cut off the blood flow.
Alright, I got everything in here. At least most of it. I don't think that's going to help anything, but let's see. Got one of them. And roll.
Found you.
Got the plaza under control.
Sweet.
Freedom!
sure I got all the goodies. Why? Where is this? It's there, but it's not there. Not that I need it this late in the game anyway.
Boudica demands your submission. Stand against her and fall.
Let's pay Ludwig one final visit.
I still don't know how to beat her. Let's see here. I need you.
Shall we? Let's make sure she stays dead this time. All right, dearie.
What else do I have? No, not that. Let's see. Frost is gonna be hard to beat. Not saying it's the best choice. Let me save what I got. I mean, I knew last time was way too easy. Alright, here we go. For better or for worse.
There you are. Envoy. Come. So, you survived the garden. Did you come all this way just to try your luck again? To kill me more efficiently than last time? Our conflict was foretold the moment you were born. You can no more avoid it than I can die. Look around, Envoy. Heelguard should have listened. He tried to bring order through compromise. He failed. Order is meant to be imposed by a stern, guiding hand.
By your
Her order wields sharp steel. She must set down her blade.
I agree with that.
Don't insult my intelligence or my commitment to the cause. Treaties can be burned. The hands which shook over whatever deal you struck can be lopped off at the wrist. As for you, Sapadal's chains are broken, which means your soul is in their grasp. I don't know how deeply you've been compromised, Envoy. And if I don't know, then I cannot suffer you to live. Do not patronize me. I have every right to put down a threat to the Empire. Steel yourself, Envoy. Make this a fight to remember, even in death.
We would not welcome her death. There is still ample shade for her beneath our tree.
I clung to you when others rejected me for what I am. You were there when no one else could endure my presence. But I don't know what you are now. Consider death my parting gift in recognition of our time together. I give you freely that which I can never have. Prove it. Kill me as no one ever has. Hold nothing back. Give it your all and destroy me.
Okay, I take it
There's
back.
no coming back this time. Prepare yourself for the next world.
You won't be missed, Ludwig.
Once I'm done killing you, your god is
We are everything. the soil. We will always grow.
Come on, let's kill her. One last.
Whoa! Queen among queens! Send me your aid!
Wodika is done with you, Ludwig.
Oh, how many times before I have to go through this? Ah, don't do that. Oh, wow, what the fuck is that? Let's see what we got here. That didn't do much damage, did it?
Again, Wodika! Help me! One last time!
Then?
It wasn't wrong!
Blah, blah, blah. Let's see here. Hold on. Wait. Stop. Wait. Let's see here. Give me some.
Worth and wrong!
Damn it. Thought I missed.
And rock! Where are you? No! Don't abandon me now!
Wodika's done with her. Get her now.
Damn. Shit. Jeez. Do I get a sword?
Wherever Ludwig is now, she must be seething.
Of course, we'd be happy to kill her again, if needed.
She's done. But we're not. Whatever's next, we'll face it.
Yeah, that's it.
Together.
Gods, you're all gonna make me sick. But carry on.
Unraveled at last. We no longer feel her wire against our flesh. We are free always. We are free forever.
That's it.
Silence falls over Paradise, as though the city is holding its breath. Then you hear it, the ringing of a distant bell, the waving of banners, and cheers of victory. After a short and bloody conflict, the dust has finally begun to settle. You feel Sapadal close to your thoughts, stirring with interest. The god of the living lands is observing this moment, unfettered by confusion or fear. For the first time in centuries, they understand. The Paradise militia rallies to you, the outsider who defended them in their hour of need. Whatever happens next, you have won their confidence. You take a moment to reflect on the calm. Not so long ago, you arrived at these shores on a simple errand, which turned out to be anything but simple. The Dream Scourge is over, and the island has been cleansed of plague. A time of healing and mourning follows. People look to you for answers about the source of the affliction. You tell them the truth, how the plague came from a power beyond mortal understanding, and how it is finally at peace. Thanks to you, the Living Lands has escaped Adiran oppression. The free settlements unite under a common banner and begin the fraught process of negotiating new traditions and values. The Empire withdraws. The frontier remains wild, but not for long. Fugitives no more. The rebels of Paradise return to their home and to other free settlements, bringing their skills and secrets wherever needed. For once, they have a future. The refugees of Emerald Stair resettle in Thirdborn, bringing their skills and research to aid the local community. What starts as an uneasy partnership blossoms into a bond of trust. Through shared adversity, they find common ground. The ashes of Fior Messiverno continue to smolder. Scavengers avoid the ruins, fearful of spirits unleashed by animancy gone awry. The once promising city is nothing but a cautionary tale. For the people of Shatterscarp, independence is bittersweet. Those who cannot withstand the grief inflicted by Ringgrim's spell leave the settlements, vanishing into the wilderness. Those who remain find themselves forced to cooperate with others, often begrudgingly. With so many dead, the need to stave off hunger outweighs any distaste for certain trading partners. Solace Keep clings to its long-held isolation at first. But after mourning her friend Kostya, Mihala reluctantly deigns to open the doors of the fortress. Some dwarves greet newcomers with glee. Others still mutter darkly about outsiders. Mihala flounders in her earliest negotiations with the rest of the Living Lands, but slowly learns compromise. She develops a taste for Valian sweets. For the first time in many years, Kai feels an agreeable restlessness. Not to flee, not to drift, but to venture. He visits the distant shores Tama told him about, and savors the modern marvels, ancient wonders, and breathtaking expanses he beholds.
his heart swells, not with grief, but with awe. There is so much to discover, and he will spend his years chasing all of the joy and beauty the world has to offer him. With his travels alongside the envoy complete, Marius is left directionless once again. Rather than disappearing into his cups, however, Marius leans on his time among his companions to give him the strength to re-enter society and find comfort in civilization. He establishes a route between Paradis and Thirdborn, guiding travelers between the two in return for money and supplies. And while he has a reputation for being aloof, he joins the campfires from time to time, sharing stories of his time with the envoy that most travelers believe are completely made up. Giada continues to improve as an animancer. She dedicates her work to the spiritual health of the living lands, nurturing instead of exploiting. Others follow her example, seeking her tutelage from lands far and wide. In the years to come, rumors spread of a secret society gathering in the wilderness, where animancers work in harmony with nature. The dream of Fior Mes Iverno lives on in her. No longer under the threat of imminent death, Yardsley returns to the Animancers. Reunited with her beloved Quilici, she helps him and the Animancers as they put their lives together after the attack on Fior Mes Iverno. Eventually, she even has something nice to say to Vidaro. As the days pass in contentment and relative peace, Yardsley is struck by the persistent feeling that something is missing. Though she still devotes herself to her studies of both the arcane and the godless, the restlessness never goes away. Freed from torment for the first time in centuries, Sopadal turns their prodigious curiosity to the people that shaped them. They observe the ways their people live, and they think deeply about what they see. Though they flinch away from moments of violence, and they grieve souls returned to them too soon, the rage that once shook cities to rubble no longer rules them. Instead, they come to you with questions. They want to understand. After a time, they begin tentatively to garden. Where they can, they improve the lives of Kith, and the suffering that troubled them is reduced, if never fully eradicated. Their grief compels them to love, and they love unreservedly, with the power of a god. Sopadal pours a fragment of their power into the statue they claimed from the temple of Aethys.
I was wondering if they was going to
Newly
get
embodied, they roam the living lands and learn to experience the world as Kith do. Their first attempts at locomotion are clumsy, and a stand of innocent trees is violently returned to the wheel. But as their confidence grows, so does their grace. Soon, they are bounding across the plains of eastern Dawnshore, leaping the river gorge in Emerald Stair, scaling the shark's teeth of Shatterscarp, and fearlessly wading into the Tusk's acid sea. When they break, they come to you to put them back together, and in time, they learn to fix themselves. They wander far afield. You see less of them, but they are never far from your thoughts. And on the rare occasion they return, they always bring you something beautiful and strange. The sounds of celebration pull you out of reverie. Many are waiting to greet you with open arms. You take a moment to catch your breath and savor it, because everything is about to change.
Really? Okay, so what's about to change? That's it. They're just going to leave you with everything's about to change. Anyway, my final thoughts on the game is it ain't bad. It ain't great. I don't know. I'm stuck between a 6 and a 7 out of 10. I can't make my mind up which. I don't know that I want to split the difference and say a 6.5. Maybe. That'll be the first 0.5 I've given. So I think that's what I'll do. I'll just split the difference and say 6.5 out of 10. I mean, would I recommend it? No, not for a full price. No, I wouldn't. At best, this is a $40 game. At best. And this could be a good game if they would have took a little more time, put a little more thought into it, and fleshed out a few more things. There's a lot of, I'm not going to say stolen, mayhaps overused things, stuff they took from Skyrim, stuff they took from Fallout, stuff they took from other games. Let's just put it like that. And I think that's what got on a lot of people's nerves. Is this game is basically, well, we're just going to take all these games, put it in the cup, take it real hard, and see what comes out. That's kind of like Hat Dash put together, for lack of a better word. I'm not trying to make excuses for the game. I'm just saying that's my interpretation. And all in all, and there was a lot, and I do mean a lot, of Mass Effect voice actors in this game. You probably didn't hear all of them. I heard a bunch. Not that there's anything wrong with it. I'm just saying. For their first outing as doing something like this, I think some of the conversation was a little too long-winded. I mean, there's sometimes when you just, okay, I get it. And basically, you're just going in a circle, trying to get to, just let me, okay, fine, give me the question, let me go. And it's something that Skyrim did very well. Like, the conversations were engaging, they were interesting. This got very boring. All in all, I'm going to stick with the 6.5 out of 7. If you have Game Pass, I didn't pay for this. This is on Game Pass. Yeah,